Welcome back to Game Day Jays. I'm your host, Nick Jambrozik. And we did our job today. We won a baseball game. Let's get to the offense. Let's get that out of the way because we really didn't do that much today. But we did enough. We did just enough. We got 3 earned runs off a pitcher who we absolutely lit up last time. I thought we were going to do more, but hey, I will take it. Those 3 runs came from home runs. I mean, the jacket is working. All of our runs scored today were off home runs. The big one was George Springer. That was probably the best swing I've seen George take in a very, very long time. He got full extension on that and just barreled the ball out of the park deep. That must have felt good for him, but I'm still sticking to my guns. I still think he needs a solid week just hammering baseballs off minor league pitching. And we got to bring some guys up, but I'll take the positive for today. And Bichette, keep it up, buddy. Keep it up. Another home run to the deepest part of the ballpark, straightaway center. He's heating up. Vladdy had another off day today, but they're both heading in the right direction. So let's just keep building on the positives. Other than those 2 at-bats, though, we really didn't do anything up until Babe Schneider, the GOAT, coming up clutch in the 9th inning, which was absolutely huge because I was starting to sweat. We had both Jimmy and Cabrera up in the bullpen, and I really did not want to see Genesis Cabrera come in with only a 2-run lead when we need to win ball games. It's just not a comfortable feeling. But we didn't really hit that many balls hard today. A lot of weak contact again, but we did get 6 walks. The arms we faced today were arms we needed to do a lot of damage on. We got Nastrini out of the game early, but when it came to their bullpen, didn't really do much. I shit on them a lot earlier today, double feature as far as episodes go. So let's keep it somewhat positive. Other than the home run by Bo, he did actually see more pitches. I get so sick and tired of watching him ground out first pitch and just not give his team anything to work with, not give him anything to work with. I've said it before. I know that's what he does, but it's just time and place. This team needs to see more pitches, and it was good to see him take a different approach. Other than that, that's enough positives for today, because one thing that really pissed me off is them saying Daniel Vogelbach will be getting more playing time than Justin Turner. Why? Why? I really don't get it. I cannot be the only one that's upset about that. I cannot. Turner is the guy we have to rely on for the most part this season as our designated hitter. He is the best option by far. I don't care if he's going through a little bit of a slump right now. I do notice maybe a few things. I think his leg kick and timing, getting that front foot down, is just a little bit off. And I think he's guessing at a few too many pitches. Once he just starts reacting and gets that timing a little bit better, just that much better, he'll be back. He will be back. Not a question in my mind. But he's not going to get back by giving Daniel Vogelbach his playing time. Thank God when a lefty came up early in the game, we pinch hit Turner for Vogelbach and got him in the game, but again, some more weak contact. But still, I cannot believe that's what we're doing. It feels like I'm watching the movie Moneyball and the orders are coming directly from Billy Beane or the GM, but instead of, trying to get the players you want and the good players in the lineup, it's the complete opposite. It's like, let's call it debt ball instead of money ball because we're going in the wrong direction here. And I'm sticking to my guns. We got to call someone up ASAP because if we don't want to put Turner in the DH spot and we need another lefty bat, Spencer Horwitz, easy. Let's do it right now. Bring somebody up. I'm done. Done with the offense. Let's go to pitching because we had a wounded hound on the mound. But you know what? He's still got that dog in him because he had 2 scoreless outings in a row. 5 innings pitched today, 0 earned runs, 0 walks, 7 strikeouts. During the interview after the game, you could tell by watching. He was holding his side. He did not look comfortable at all. His velo was way down. Something was off But dude grinded. He did whatever he needed to do to get the ball over the plate, keep him in good spots, and get outs. I mean, after the game, where I was listening to the interview, said he was dealing with some neck and back pain. Said he could barely move his neck this morning, was surprised he could even start. Said the bullpen session before the game was just atrocious. But one thing that he needed to do was adjust and learn how to throw strikes with the situation. It felt like, at least he said it felt like he was wide open during his delivery during the game. And, like he was commenting, it's not something that you want to do necessarily. Change your mechanics, because once you tweak one thing, that brain is funny upstairs, because one feeling compared to another one that you're used to can sometimes take over, and then it can take a long time to get back to where you were and spent so much time and effort getting to. So hopefully it doesn't affect them moving forward. But I mean, this is a guy that goes out every single day and gives it his goddamn all for this team. Everybody needs to take notes and play like Chris Bassitt. After Bassitt, we had Big Nate come in, and the dude shut it down. 2 innings, only giving up 1 hit. I would have liked to see a little bit more of his fastball today, because that's his pitch. We don't have many guys that throw 98, 99, and 100 out of the pen, but he can. I guess they knew something that I didn't, because his slider and the odd curveball were effective. But he shouldn't be using them as much. I do like the way Kirk calls games versus Danny Jansen, even though Danny's still great. I love the guy. But you got to use those off-speed pitches, or your fastball, to set up those off-speed pitches. By using those off-speed pitches too much, it just becomes too predictable. And that timing by the hitter, it just makes it that much easier for them to catch up with it. So other than that, I mean, 2 fantastic innings, and he's been pretty damn good lately. But one of the biggest things I noticed today was his misses. When this guy misses, it's usually by a massive amount. But he kept it low and outside, but he wasn't missing by much. He was only missing about the width of a baseball. So he was keeping it close, pitches that still could have got nibbles and swings. And, that's a huge improvement for Nate. So I will give him a tip of the cap for that. It's going to be a real tough decision when these 2 pitchers do come back from the injured list. We're talking about Bowden Francis and Chad Green. But next up, after Nate shut it down for 2, is one of my uncle's favorite players. I mean, he's got a couple favorite players. And when I mean favorite, Erik Swanson came in. First batter he sees, gone. Takes him for a ride. Second batter coming up. Thank God he didn't eat his Wheaties this morning, because he only had some warning track power, but he hit it straight away center. Almost gave up 2 home runs back to back. Thank God Schneider got out there in a hurry. Pop was warming up. I mean, he didn't get a full warm up in the bullpen, but he was ready to go to relieve Swanson from his mess that he made. That's a guy who I think we need to have a conversation about when it comes to sending 2 pitchers down when the time comes. But Pop, I mean, he came in and did well again. His 2-seam was running well today. It had a lot of nasty movement inside, especially on those righties, which he did get to. I think he saw pretty much all righties except for maybe one. But the one thing, again, he was struggling with a bit was location. I saw Danny Jansen ask for a pitch low and out, and he was rubbing the dirt, setting up so far outside, giving Pop a clear target where he wants the ball. And Pop just kept missing low, middle, low in. But I mean, it's not a bad miss for him, because he does keep that ball low, and generally the type of movement he has with the speed and location, it's not pitches that tend to be taken deep very often. Yes, they still are taken deep, but not very often. Gets out of the inning with no more blood. And thank God Davis Schneider came in clutch in the 9th inning to give us some breathing room. So we didn't have to work Jimmy again, who had a rough outing last time, threw a lot of pitches. Another day off is going to be huge for him. So we got to see Genesis Cabrera, and the first 2 guys got on. Liner up the center following a walk. And at this point, I am sweating. Ended up getting a huge double play ball and then another ground out to end the game. So let's take the win. Let's run to tomorrow, because tomorrow is a new day. And it's another must win. We got Kevin Gausman versus Mike Clevenger on the mound. 7:40 start time. Let's keep it going. But last thing I did want to touch on is the interview after the game on field, because Hazel May is an absolute pro. There is no one I'd rather see interview the players after the game. Her questions, her attitude, and just her persona is Blue Jays baseball. And she had another fantastic interview with George Springer after the game, talking about him hitting in the 7 spot and seeing more pitches from the other guys earlier on in the lineup. And, George is answering these questions like a vet. I don't think he wants to be there, obviously, but he's accepting where he's at and he's trying to learn from it. He's doing his best. He knows he needs to be better, like the rest of the team. And he just says he's trying to do one thing each game, just one, to help the team out. And like I said, he knows and he will be better. So, George, please just keep doing those one things. Let's keep tacking on the little things. And, let's have those guys come in clutch for those big moments. We'll see you guys again tomorrow. Thank you again for watching. Hope you enjoyed the content, and have a good night, guys.